Welcome back to another episode of FTB Infinity Evolved Expert Mode on the FTOG server. So we're over here at Fubees Incorporated. As you can see, I've got one alveary up there. I don't have it running just yet, but during the stream last night we were playing with bees, getting some stuff setting up, and I was trying to come up with the system. What can I do to set this up to automate this whole entire building? And I was sitting there thinking Ender IO. Okay, I could do Ender IO, no problem. I got the pipes, you know, I got 2 stacks of pipes. Yeah, that's not enough. That's too expensive. So what we're going to work on today is setting up the automation of making the alvearies to a point. I'm still going to have to manually craft the alvearies to a point, but we'll also be working on automating the rest of the building as far as getting the bees down to our centrifuges and our centrifuges making everything go. So we're still going to have the robots in there like we did before as well, but they're only going to be moving stuff from the centrifuge to the input chest that will go back to supply. So I might change that up later on. I'm not sure yet, but right now that's all we're going to do. I can always change it later. So anyway, let's jump into it. Now I had all storage set up, and I plan on having bees in here, and these might be way more storage doors than I need, but who knows. And I'm populating everything up because we're going to automate the system. I'm going to try to keep this organized somewhat. So like all the combs, I'll probably start over here in this corner. Over here. Okay, that was copper. Okay, I was like, what comb was that? Yeah, so let's all the wax, let's put wax over here. All our different waxes. And then we've got our drops. Our intellect drop, our honey drop, and our honey dew. Got a couple. Alright, so intellect, honey drop, honey dew, and then put all of our waxes over there. I don't know if we're gonna have any more waxes, but and then I want to put all of our metals there. We might get some more dust, so I'll start dust here. Shards, we'll start here. I got plenty of honeydew now. I need to lock these. I've got this set up right here because this is what we're making sending panels with. But yeah, it's just the starter controllers right here, or the controllers like right underneath here. So it's trying to populate this system up. And then our propellus, I think we'll do start there because we're going to have different ones. And once I get more going on this system, there will definitely be more. And I've got more stuff outside to add into this as well. I'll have everything kind of organized. Okay. So, how I have it going right now. I'll show you guys this real quick. The alveary is not going right now because I don't have it automated. But these guys are basically just simple automation going through and then piping out through the bottom. Okay, just simple plain Jane automation. It'll always fill up the drones and the princesses first, and then once any production comes out, it'll go into the system and then run out. It is a little slow because sometimes these will sit in here for a little bit even with the 6 upgrades, and I didn't feel like putting more in there, so I just left it. Let it be a little slow, but it works. But these things do not produce nearly as well as this guy does. This guy is a monster when it comes to producing resources. It's 100% increase just like this without adding any frames to it, which you can add frames to it. But you can also add heaters and all that other kind of jazz as well. But yeah, we're going to automate it. We're going to automate making seed oil and making impregnated casings. We're going to set all this stuff up today. So we got a lot to do, so we need to get going. What am I missing? Pollen clusters. And I wish I had set up something up here. I think 2 stacks will do it for now. I want this to keep going while we're starting this system up, because I need to make more of these. I don't know how far it's going to make 10 more. Alright, so we need another stack of this, and we'll grab a stack of wax. And then we'll get going. Because you need a lot of these scented panels to get going. That's plenty, that's enough. That'll probably make enough to do another alveray. Alright, so that's going to keep going. We're going to bust all these pipes out. I should probably put my ring back on. Disconnect this whole entire system. And actually, I think I'm still going to run this system the way it is. I think I can still run this system the way it is with logistics pipes. I'm just going to be using a lot less pipes. Yeah, definitely a lot less pipes, because if I take these out, I can connect both of these. So that's a good thing. I think. We're going to have to test that, because I was only doing singles. So we might have to maybe do a disconnect upgrade. On them. Or no, I can just run them from the bottom. What am I talking about? I just put the chassis on the bottom. Because they use the V-Sync, and they also use, what did I get in there? A drone? Okay. They also use the alveray or apiary refiller. Okay. So let's start with this guy here. We're going to start with the big guy in the corner, because I'm going to have him actually we'll open that all the way up, even though we don't need to, but we'll still get that trim around there. I think that'll look nice on top. Alright, so let's get rid of some of this stuff. Grab our logistics equipment. Uh-oh. Oh, I made 2 of those, huh? Alright. I need this and this. Okay. So we're going to start with the... Okay, first off, when you first look at this mod, it looks really confusing and really bad. To be honest with you, it's not. It's fairly simple. It's pretty straightforward. So you basically got a bunch of different types of pipes, as you can see here, and then you've got a bunch of different chassis. Okay, so you got your basic pipe, which is these guys, and then you got your chassis. The only thing the chassis do is they increase the number of modules you can put inside the chassis. So a Mark II, you can put 2, a Mark V, you can put 5. Okay, you can put 5 of these in there. And there's a reason why we have a Mark V in there, and I'll show you once we get to that section of it. But then there's also different upgrades that you can do as well. Like I said, a disconnect upgrade. I was talking about this. You put the disconnect on it, and it will actually disconnect the logistics pipe from the one side, so it won't actually connect to it. But we're not going to worry about that because we don't need to worry about it. So we're starting off with the Mark III. Yes, the Mark III. We're going to call them Mark IIIs instead of the MK3s because Mark III just sounds better. Alright, so we're going to Mark III that guy, and then put our basic on, and then come out here to the corner, and then this is where we're going to go down. Okay, so we'll put some of these up here. Now with them showing red, that means there's no power in the system and none of this will work. Okay, if you see these red marks on the corners, you have a power problem somewhere. But we're going to have power. The system's just not going to be running for now. What we want to do is we want to pick a B. Oh, you need a wrench. Any sort of wrench seems to work for this. So we're going to use our Yeta wrench. We are going to use... Sorry, I've got this written down. We have a apiary refiller one. That's going to automatically pull our queen out, or princess out, and put it back in. Then we're going to need an active supplier, which is this guy here, and we'll set him in just a second. And then we need, I believe, the extractor, and that's all we need on here. And our extractor is right here. Alright, so default, that one you don't have to worry about. Active supplier is going to be, let's do platinums. The platinum bees should only have to fill up, well, here, let's do this. Make this right. Okay, so we're going to set our princess in there, and then here we're going to put items to keep stocked. So we're going to keep a stock of 64 platinum in here. Okay, so then we can put the platinum in there, and they're going to run. And then we're going to run all the way down here. Clean up all this mess, because this, it works to a point, because it's not smart enough to actually put the different combs into the system. I had a fuzzy filter on it for an NB data and all that stuff on a filter pipe to send everything over to the centrifuges over here, but it didn't send all the different ones over here. It just sent anything that was like a honeycomb from forestry, so nothing else. We need to run this up. Okay, where's our controller? Right there. So the only place that you need the Mark whatever chassis is where you're going to be connecting to something. So when we connect to the storage, we need a Mark III. We're going to put our Mark III chassis here, and then connect the system. In this one, we are going to need to put the Polymorphic, which will only put stuff in that is in that system. And it's you have to remember that you have to manually set the system when you're doing this. So it's a little bit of babysitting until you get all the stuff that you want, get it in the storage, get it where you want it, and then after that, it hands off. You ain't got to touch it anymore. Okay, and then we need the B-Sync module, and we'll just put this on any bees. Actually, I think, no, we'll just put it on any bees. I think that's what I had before in the test world. And then the provider that I didn't make. Oh, are you kidding me? I thought I made the provider. Where's it at? The provider. Okay. Alright guys, I am going to go make some of these upgrades and I'll be right back because I thought I made everything. So, once again, hashtag DragonFu. Alright. And look, we never left. Alright, so I am going to throw this provider module in there. Which I'm not sure why I had it in there. But I've got it set for storage on there. We'll see. I think if I need to provide something, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember why I had the provider in there. We might actually not need it. But we are going to over here. Wow. And then this one is just going to be an extract. I should have made it Mark 1. But I've got some Mark 2s. And then we want to just put a simple extractor on that one. And I made the Mark II extractors because they just pull out a lot faster. Okay. So we're going to come over here. And this is where things might get a little interesting. We don't need that one. Because I still want I guess I can do it this way. Because I still want the centrifuges to pull out and put into that chest. So that they can get pulled out there and then get pulled in. So I think we'll leave that. And then we'll just put in, let's see, we need item sync and an extractor mod. For right now, okay, we got Mark 2. Do we have any? What do I have for Mark 3s on me? Got Mark 3s, just in case we need to upgrade these. We can always upgrade these later too. We got a couple of Mark 3s on, and then we'll just simply bring that pipe there. You'll still be able to see it from behind, from over here, which is fine. That's kind of what I want. We'll get rid of... No, we won't get rid of that later on, but we might get rid of the power and see if we can't run it through here. So here we need our item sink and our active supplier. Now the reason why we're putting item sink in here is because this is the first place I want it to go. If it doesn't go here, then it goes back to storage. The active supplier is the same thing. If it's empty and there's nothing in here, I want this thing to feed it as much as it can. So active supplier, and then item sink. And of course we're going to have to set these up, you know, a little bit more later on. But our combs are all over here. I want to lock these. We gotta come through here and lock all this anyways. Let's just do that real quick. Another important thing to do is to lock this, lock everything, because you want all of these drawers locked, or you're gonna get a system that's all messed up. It will put stuff in funny locations. Okay, I think I got all of those, and then we'll lock all of these. And then that way we can for sure control where stuff is going anyways. And that's what we want to do, is control everything. Okay, I think I got everything locked up. Alright, but we are getting rid of that and that. Don't need the hammer right now, don't need that, don't need the bee right now. Don't need that right now. Might not even use it for now. No, I think we will. I think we might end up using it. I gotta come up with a different chest to use for this. Anyways, so those hold, each one of those holds nine different items. So we're going to use this first one, is the only one we're going to use for the dripping, for this as well, for the rocky, for the energetic, since we got that going on upstairs. And then any other cones we come across, we'll set in here until we're full, and then we'll go to the next centrifuge. The active supplier we will set to infinite, and then we are going to set this to 64, so it keeps a stack in here at all times. So whenever there's a space open, it's going to try to put a stack in here. And it's the same combs. We're just going to match comb for comb on this system. And I know there's an auto crafting setup that we can do for this as well, but I'll probably do that off camera for this one. I haven't done it yet. I haven't set anything up like that, up yet, and I want to make sure I get everything right for it. I still got to look at that system. So then that tells everything, or tells the system that that goes through there. And then the easy way of putting all this back in, we gotta come down here anyways, is put everything back in there. Alright. So we got all that done. Now we need to get power into this system. And I'm simply going to disconnect that because I want to run off the battery. We are going to get the logistics power junction and then connect the pipe. And there, all those pipes connected up, and the system should start running now. See a bunch of items come flying through here, and they're going to bounce, which is not a problem, I don't believe. So you see a bunch of stuff coming down. That was a bunch of stuff coming down. Holy cow. Let's go check on our alveary, see if we're working right. Okay, we're restocked. We need to look at this as well. We need to, the active supplier, we've got the platinum, we've got the 64. These guys are just flying. So then this number will go up and down. It'll pull one out, put one in, that kind of thing. We're going to work on that system here in just a second. But then this, we're up to 87 already. Holy cow. Wow. Those guys should be going crazy over there. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Getting all that stuff in there. It's getting pulled out. That just looks cool. I like that. Now I could do it faster, but by splitting it up, which I'll probably end up doing when I get more centrifuges build, I will set this pipe up in between, but I'm still trying to work out how I would pull it to this chest because I want these robots in here working. I think it looks cool. I think I need it in here. So I'll have to work out how to make it look right. Maybe I'll pull it up here and then have the ender IOs going in between to pull it out and put it in there. And then I can just use blocks to block it off. And we can just move that guy later too. Not that big a deal. Alright, so we got bees going. The alveary is automated. We are running full steam ahead, pulling out a bunch of resources. So, Dragon. What? Well, what happens if the storage store is full? Everything's locked. What happens to everything? It goes out into the world. Just like Buildcraft pipes. If you can't go somewhere, it's going to go out into the world. So how are we going to fix that? Alright, well, I came up with a system, and I'm hoping this is right, and for you guys that know logistics pipes a lot better than me, if you see something wrong with this, let me know so I can fix it. But I have an idea. And this is why we made the MK5, because we're going to have a lot of bees going out. We're going to go after the storage. Okay, if we put it before the storage, it's going to pull everything in, and then it's just going to mess everything up. If we go after the storage input and say we come here, we're going to put our MK5, where are you? Put our Mark 5 down. Okay, this allows, oh wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different modules in it. Okay. So we can set this up. This is going to be part of our bee system for Britannia, for destroying the bees, and then we'll move stuff around later on with that once we get the system up and running again. Okay, so in there, do I still have those Britannia bees, or those platinum bees? Okay, in here, 1 second. Probably not going to need this for a while, but there it is. There's our extra storage. I'll probably work on a better storage solution than that, but that's what I've got right now. We're going to put an item sync module. Okay. we are not going to set this to default route, okay? Default route means if it can't go somewhere, it'll come to here. This will work without it, without setting the default route. What it will actually do is if it will not go in here, it will automatically come over here anyways, because this has got an item sync module on it. But since we're not full in up here yet, it will automatically come back up in here and we don't have to worry about it. I love seeing those items fly around. I'm wondering if I should move that pipe up top and show them running around. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so that is overflow protection, very automated, very simple, and then centrifuge is automated and stuff coming back into the system with the robots. Now there is a pipe the robots can connect with. I haven't tested it, and it might be something I end up using. I don't know yet. I've got to test it. But everything's locked up here. Nothing new is going to come into the system anyways. But have a burger. Never get tired of those burgers. Okay, so we need to work on automating these squeezers. And these are going to be really, really easy to set up as well. So we're going to come off of... You're kind of in the way now, buddy. Of course, this is how I connected those. I just brought trim over and connected all of these storage drawers together. So since we're within 12 blocks of that controller, every single side, we can just use those trim to connect everything together. Neat little trick, huh? One controller, two sides. Alright, I think we're getting low on time, so I'm going to go ahead and break these systems down and set them up, and I will be right back to explain what I did. So, alright guys, so this is the setup that I created. Simple, simplistic, compact. Now I can make this bigger and to have it act faster. We'll have to see how we do on the supply. If our supply gets big enough to where we can run 2 squeezers, or add another centrifuge in here or carpenter in here for this, we can. That won't be a problem. And I accidentally broke the other squeezer, so I don't have it set up, but it's basically going to be set up the same way but with seed oil. Okay, so let's take a look. We've got Mark IIs on here. We have an item sync, so anytime honeydew or honey drops come into the system, it should come over here, and as well as the active supplier. We'll also make sure that there is at least a stack, and I put it on infinite because I want this thing to stay full of either or, and that's what it is. Now we don't have power, and we'll fix that in just a moment. In this one, I went ahead and set up the recipe for the scented panels, and I've got it set to only with the active supplier, and then I set the amount that I want to keep in stock. So then set it to full. So we have enough in here to make 2 scented panels. So I always want one to be going and then once it goes, I want another one on. The supply is on its way to make the second one already, to hopefully counteract any kind of, hopefully this will not go faster than what the system is pumping it in. If it is, then I will up the number in there. But there again, no power, no recipe. Okay, so how am I moving fluid? I am moving fluid with this fluid provider pipe. Okay, so anytime there is fluid in here, it's going to pull it out and store it. Same thing here, and store it. And the only reason I have this here is because I had the drum, it was full, so we're going to use it. And then we use this Logistic fluid supplier, and here it is. That's it. So we're going to set partial to yes because it'll just fill it up. Minimum mode is 1 bucket, but we're going to do partial so it will just constantly fill it up. Alright. So then that will bring the honey in here. So we'll go from here to here and just this pipe. And then we gave it power through the system through just this basic pipe. Now, how do we get power into the system? Okay, well, we've got this RF provider, and it stores 10 million RF. A lot more than this. It took a minute to fill this up, and it was a real strain on the system. So we've got that. Now we're going to use this pipe controller, and we're going to right click on our pipe. And we've got different things we can do in here. This will tell you how many times it's been used. Not sure what this one is. And then it'll tell you what the security is for it, and then the different upgrades. The upgrade we're going to use, and I hope this works, is this power transportation upgrade. So if I put that in there, is this going to get power? Give me power, come on. No, it is not. We have to use the other upgrade. So I wonder if that is just the in-between one. Because look at this. This is... I gotta see where we're at here. This is the one that we're going to need to make it for each one of the machines. So I'll have to go ahead and make this so we can fully power this through the logistics pipe. I'm going to assume that this is just the intermediate, like these regular pipes are, so it's easier to craft. So fortunately, we still have power conduits here. Let's hook these guys in the back, and then hook you over there. There, now they've got power, and he's going to start going. Now I've got this bucket in here because I want to fill this bucket up, because we need to set the filter on this one. And I'm hoping when that gets a bucket in there, it's going to fill that before it goes out anywhere else. If it doesn't, I guess, you know, I probably could have just clicked on the drum. But we're going already, so... Oh, I need to put an extraction on there. Okay, so we got our honey bucket. We're going to open this guy up, and then we're going to put our bucket in here, and then it's set. I forgot about the propellus in here from the honey. What do we got? MK2. Alright, we're going to have to change that. Give me that. We'll put an MK3 in here. It's not what I wanted. The MK3. Okay, so this is our item sync. It's already set, so we'll just right click on it. We've got our active supplier, which is the honey. Click on that. Why do I have the item sync? Oh, that's right, I changed that. Okay, so that's going to fill back up, or try to fill back up. And then we're going to put on a extractor. Where are you at? There you are. And then that should pull the propellus out so the system doesn't get clogged up. Simple as that. And then we've got propellus, everything's running through the system, everything's getting fed in. This is full of honey already, which is awesome. Which is probably coming from down here. And the bucket's empty. So yeah, even if this empties out, which I'm hoping it does, I just pick it up and then just let the system run like this, and it will be just fine. There goes the propellus. This is just so cool. I like this. I like this zooming around look. Yeah, I think it's pulling from the drum first. But who knows? Oh, I need to put the extractor on here as well. And there goes all the scented panels. So you would essentially set it up the same way for this squeezer to squeeze out seeds of some sort, which I've still got to make the walnuts. you make that seed here, and the seed oil you pump it in with the suppliers to this carpenter, and then just provide it with wood logs of some sort, and it will make the impregnated casings. But we have a butt ton of them. I've got a butt ton of them around here somewhere. We're going with a metric. Where are all my casings? Oh, I wonder if they're over here. I left a bunch of supplies here when I left earlier today. Yep, I've got 37 impregnated casings. That is enough to make a few blocks. So now we have 76. I've still got to work on a system for overflow, because I have not worked that system out yet. Why did I put oaks around that? Because I want to send overflow to my place, back to my place, and store all of the stuff there. But we're not actually ready for that at the base. I might, in the meantime, set up something else. I don't know. I'm not sure what I would do to set up anything else for this system, because I can't think. If you guys have an idea on how to work the overflow system to go into an ender chest without having to put item sync mods on for everything, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I could use a Mark V. That would give me plenty. That'd be like 40 items, and I can always add another chassis to a different side of the ender chest. That's not a bad idea. I think that's what I'll do, is I'll put the overflow protection system probably in the same line here, somewhere in here, or run it past it this way and put the chest over here on this side, so that way it's always going through this system because it comes back through. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll work on that offline. I'll probably work on that on stream Saturday, actually, and button up some more of the stuff around here, and hopefully get the rest of the base built so we can get stuff moved over. I got a lot of stuff planned, but yep, there it is. Use the drum first, so no more drum. And it should start pulling the honey out of here to fill this up. Hopefully. Why this is not filled, I don't know. Oh, it's only a partial. And then it should fill back up. Yep, there it went. Okay, there it went. You guys seen it? It works. Everything's running around. We'll get extra bees in here. These extra bees will go to the Botania system to help with increased production. A lot of flowers. Alright guys, so that's been an episode. Where's the button? There's the button. So guys, if you liked the episode, hit that big thumbs up, show me some love, show me some support. New to the channel, new to the series, like what you see so far, hit that big red subscribe button so you can see some more. And as always guys, any comments, questions, anything, leave it in the down below. Until then guys, I'll see you next time.